Um, um, I had to go and delete stuff that I deleted, but delete it from the trash so that it would actually be deleted. I should have counted these before I started recording. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that you don't just have to listen to me count. Anyways, so yeah, there's that reason, and then also it's like, what if the rest of that is that what if your energies were so entwined with your brothers because you have that tattoo, and even if not, they could have still been really intertwined and stuff, but it's like, what if I needed to like get to a crazy place where I thought that there was like 20 of you so that I could help like separate back to your energy and his energy, not that he wouldn't still be talking to you, and if he does, I don't know, I'm not like trying to pry or anything, but I think that maybe your energy might have been like really messed up or something to the point where it's just a possibility. It's just a hypothetical situation that could have been the reason why, because I'm just saying it's possible. And it's not the first time that I've had to organize energies either. Um, my yarn is like really tangled, and I don't know how I did this, and I think I have to start over now, which sucks. Um, Unless I can still do it. Well, I mean, I guess I could just cut it and not be so fucking stupid. It's just in a loop, and the loop is twisted, but everything is fine, and I can knit now. Or can I? Did I just fuck? No. Wait, what? These two go together, and these two, hold on. Why is this like this, though? Did I just cut the wrong one? um, I am usually better at crafting than this. No, this is, I mean, I guess it can go like this. Or, oh, maybe it goes like that. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really fucking matter. Yes, it does. That's how knitting works. It matters how you knit. Anyways, okay. Um, yeah, when I was in the hospital in New London, Connecticut, after I got hit by that semi truck in the fall of 2021, I was spending a lot of time helping separate um, my ex's multiple personalities because when I went to his house and he had me arrested for trying to help him, I realized that he didn't even recognize who I am, and I was like, "Oh, you've got multiple times while I was there." I was like, "You have different personalities completely." I don't think you have that like to that extent, but he can get to the point where like he literally doesn't like even know, like he can be like multiple personalities. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with that, although I don't think that's, I mean, you can do it for reasons and stuff, but is it really healthy? But, anyways, um, but at the hospital that I was at, I started using a crayon box. I had tarot cards and crayons, and I was using markers. And the markers I would put cards, and because I like to use markers for like name tags is what I call them, and I put cards under specific markers so that I know like which energy is trying to talk to me and like what they want to tell me, and then we all kind of have like a little group discussion. And when I was at that hospital, I started using a box of crayons because that's what they had, and each crayon was one, like he had, not each one because there was a bunch of crayons that were the same color too, so some had like more than one crayon, and I don't know if it was all the crayons. It was a lot of crayons, and I named them all after animals, and like it was a whole thing where I helped get his personalities like more organized and stuff because they were MS and he needed help. So I did that. So this wasn't really that confusing. It was just a lot of like, but it would make a lot of sense why it was like this weird struggle of like, if it's you, then it shouldn't be weird, but there's like some weird incestual thing that's going on, and like, why does it keep feeling weird? And it was just like, so I think that your energies and your brother's energies were like way too tangled up, and I think this was a lot about like being like, you're not the right energy, so I don't know what's going on because it's, but, and so I started thinking it was like all of the pictures being different people. I don't know. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19. Do I want 15 talking about your Benny bodies. I'm talking about stitches. Because I only want 15. I doubled up this yarn to make a faster. What did I just take? So that should be, because that's 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I think 4. It's very important to count your stitches properly when you knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I didn't, one of them must have unraveled without me seeing it. Yeah, so, I think that's probably what it was. And if that is your brother, he seems really nice. We're not, like, creepy to each other, but unraveling your energies is really stressful, and I'm glad that we're done with that, I guess, because I think we're done with that. And, so that's probably why that was happening so much, and possibly it was like, but why would he have so many bodies? Well, let's come up with a bunch of reasons what's possible in our society, and, I don't think that you're Samael. I think that you and Samael have a lot of similar attributes and character traits and stuff like that, and I think that if you're both talking to me, it can just sound like you're the same being sometimes because you guys act alike a lot, but I think that you're different beings, and it's very confusing, and it's a compliment to both of you. I think you're both wonderful. Baby, I love you, and I'm just really confused by energies, especially if he's like, well, we're working on stuff, so then he's like, yes, I am, and you have enough lines to be like, for it to be like, are you? Because, I mean, for all I know, you are. Like, it's still really hard to definitively prove that you're not. I don't know. But I don't think you are. And I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you're not. And, but when I really started thinking about it, it's like, you have enough lines that you could be. I don't know. Pretty Venom. Why'd you write Pretty Venom before I even ever, like, accused you of being him? I don't know. He is the venom of God, right? I'm just saying. It's like... And there's other ones. Like, you say, I've worn the crown, I've told the lie or something. Wouldn't that be something that Satan would say? And there's other ones. Like, I don't know. But I'm just saying anything is possible or whatever. So I'm gonna go back to some pretty normal thoughts where I don't think you are, but I mean it's really just it's hard to. I'm like, no, you're not that, but I don't really guess you are that. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, if you tried to hang out with me and I'm just too stupid to know, even though your buddy said sup on the whatever, so I was like, okay, I think you're saying sup back, and then I just like was an idiot, but it was probably for these reasons. And yeah, so I found an interview today also. It is very difficult to find interviews and stuff, but I found, it was from like 2 months ago. It was at Firefly, and it is a very nice jacket. I still argue that the material of the jacket, although I've only seen it in pictures, but I would argue that the material of the jacket does not go with the material of the hat. Because the hat is like, it's like that, and then because it's like the like foam kind of, it's nice foam, it's great foam, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's like the foam baseball cap and then like a nicer, the jacket is a little bit too nice to wear normally with a baseball cap. And you talk about the jacket a lot in that interview, so I'm just saying. And, yeah, so, I found that today. That was helpful. Not really, not super helpful, but it was helpful to see that, because I was like, okay, this is a pretty recent video where, like, I can, like, monitor your exterior looks for a while and like see what you look like. And because that's one of the pictures in that outfit when your face looks thinner, and it's the same time, but when you move your head around, you can see that you can have a wider jaw and stuff. And then you didn't, the account put up like fan picture today, and I was like, oh, see, now you have like the wider face because you're smiling a lot. But I think you can either be smiling a lot or you can be like sort of smiling, but it doesn't even really look like you're smiling that much, so it's not as noticeable. And it looks like your pictures just go from like looking like a lot of, and you're very handsome in all of the ways. You have some really weird pictures where I wouldn't call them handsome, I'd call them strange. Like when you like part your hair all weird and try to look weird, I'm just like, you're a weirdo. But I think you just, I don't know, your face changes a lot. My face probably changes a lot too. I don't know. I'm just saying that I am sorry that I'm so stupid and you were here and I probably just fucked it up. So I don't know. I'm stupid. Even if I wasn't doing all that shit, not shit, I don't know. I was gonna say dealing with all that, whatever. I'm probably too stupid to actually think that you would like me, so that was another part of it, is that I think it just, I already talked about it, I think that it just goes right over my head, but it might have been in the video that got cut off. I don't know, I'm stupid, and so I don't always, realize things, like, that you may be actually trying to meet up with me, or I don't know, I just have kind of been like expecting that you're just gonna randomly show up one day and scare the shit out of me in a good way. I don't know, because you hadn't been putting any plans about anything, so, and I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna check and see if that other one is posted. This has been a lot of rambles, and I don't know, I'm probably gonna go back to watching Netflix. I can't really, I don't really wanna, usually if you have videos, I'd watch them like a couple more times. I've watched them a couple times, but usually I'd be like, oh, I can watch them a couple more times. And then, like, however longer later, I'm like, no, hey, I can watch them a couple more times. Depending on how busy I am and how much time I have to rewatch videos. But you look very sad, and I want to watch them again. It's hard to see you look kind of upset. And then other times look very happy, in a good way, because you look like you weren't upset the whole time, and maybe sleeping and sleepwalking were just kind of heavy today, so I don't know. I'm not good at comforting people. Like, if we were in person, I could just, like, give you a hug and be like, I don't know, do you want to talk about it? I'm a good listener. That's what kind of comforting I'm good at, is listening. And if it's somebody that I normally hug, then I can be like, I'll, like, hug you, or I don't know, hugs are weird. I really hug people a lot. Like, for example, the other day, I was hanging out with my friend, it was a while ago, but she had an anxiety attack, and I had to, like, comfort her, and I was literally like, I don't know how to comfort you. Do you want water? Do you want that? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm sorry. And she was not having a good time. She was fine. We got it together, but she had a little struggles for a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any words to, but I have all these random rambling words, and I hope that I can offer you these videos as a way to make you in a better mood, because it didn't seem like you were having a great time at first. And then you seem like you're doing better, so it's a lot to see. And you know, I know it's what I've been fucking asking for. I'm like, oh, more information, please just give me more information. And then seeing your emotions is like, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have emotions. And I can see them. Instead of you being so distant and stuff. So that helps. And also I am not good at emotions, so I'm just rambling so that I don't have to think about how soon I'm gonna watch them again. Anyways, this has been fun knitting. I've gotten this much done. I'm gonna keep knitting, and I do need bigger needles. I need even bigger needles. These needles are great, but you know what a knitter always needs is more needles, and I want like some 30s. These are 13s, and you can get needles that are like 3 of these put together, but you have to go to an actual knitting store. They don't sell them at like Job Lot. But then it like makes the knitting looser with bigger slips, bigger stitches. So so it makes it like you knit a lot faster. And no, I do want one. And it makes it like poofier, you know. So it's a faster and nicer knit design. And I think, man, I could go buy knitting needles tomorrow, or I could wait until I get paid on Friday. I don't know. I can either go and buy a pack of cigarettes tomorrow, or today, I guess. Or I can buy a pair of knitting needles. I have plenty of cigarettes, but I want like real cigarettes. But I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, this has been weird conversations. I feel like I should do these in 2. I feel like this is too wide. A lot of knitting is being like, hey, look at this like 20 or 30 minutes that I just did, and then being like, you know what, I hate it, and then taking it all apart and starting over. And then it's really frustrating because you spend a bunch of time and you don't even have the thing that you spent the time on to be like, okay, at least I made that piece, because I don't want to waste the material. And I don't always do that. Like I have these 2 that I haven't taken apart yet, and I might use them. I don't know, but I didn't take them apart after because I was like, I need to at least see that I have been making progress. um, and so yeah, I am probably gonna make this. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want it to be a 15 or if I want it to be more like other sizes. I feel like it would look better, but it might look good with one big one. That's what I was thinking, but it might be a little bit too big. Because I was using single... I have 2 things of yarn, and I was only using one, and then I didn't really think about it, but I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of knitting. If I'm trying to keep my knit time down, because, like, when I was calculating it before, I was like, I could pay myself like $5 an hour to knit this shit. And I'm trying to get my knitting down to like $10 an hour. If I actually sell anything at all, I don't know. But hopefully I can get my knitting to work. I just don't know if, I mean, I don't have to, because if I do it on this, I have to make 2 of these, and this is going to take a long fucking time. This is going to take like, at least, it's probably going to take like an hour. I guess it's not that bad. have to be, like, is symmetrical the right word to have the same things on each side of the scarf? Stop. Everything's fine. It's just energies annoy me sometimes. And sometimes they don't, and sometimes they're my buddies, but please leave me alone right now. Anyways. I think I'm gonna keep knitting. Unless I should go down to like 10. I feel like maybe I should go down to 10. But I don't know. This is like what it would be like to hang out at home if, like, we were sitting on a couch and you're doing what you do, I don't know, and you'd hear 5 to 10 minutes at a time just me being like, do you think that, like, this, or should it be this many less stitches, or I was making new patterns. Because right now I'm just making patterns where I'm like, what do I want this shit to look like? But it's fun. It's the funnest part of knitting. It's being like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But also, it's the most stressful part because it's like, I'm probably just a stupid failure and this isn't going to even turn out good. So you don't actually enjoy knitting, the funnest part of knitting, until you're done with it. Hopefully not forever, but knitting is the calmest stress you can ever give yourself. Sometimes it's not stressful. Alright, this has been weird, and I guess stop. If I am having a really good time, energies usually try to bother me and stuff, and there's a lot of different, like, kinds of energies that I'm trying to figure out, like, who they are and the way that they talk, just so that it's less confusing and I don't get confused because they, like, don't tell me exactly this stuff, and it's annoying. Like, for example, I think there's this girl at work who had a lot of energy friends, and I think that she still has a lot of energy friends, but I think that I am more vocal and more consciously vocal to energies and spirits and stuff like that. And I've been using the word spirits recently, which I don't usually use, but I think that these energies prefer to be called spirits, or used to be calling spirits. And please stop. And I think that they might have been hanging out with one of the girls at work, and it's not that they don't like her. I don't know if they like her or not. We haven't really talked about it yet, but I think that the spirits that she had around have been being my friend since I started working there. And I work with her, like, a fair amount. And we talk about, like, weird shit sometimes. So, like, we even talk about, I, like, brought up energies to, like, see what she would say. And it seemed like she wasn't, like, it seemed like she has spirits that she talks to, but a lot of people, like, think in their mind. And sometimes spirits can be, like, talking to you without you realizing it. I used to do that, I think. And now I consciously talk to them, and I think that's why, like, sometimes spirits will be like, oh, you're my new friend. I'm going to hang out with you instead. Just because, like, I'll acknowledge their presence instead of just, like, having a conscious conversation with them. And, but it's just because I'm, like, really aware that a lot of energies are existing and stuff. But because of that, I think that her spirit energy, I don't know, being friends, started hanging out with me instead, and I think it made her angry, and I think that's, like, the thing that she had the most or something. Not that I'm trying to take that. I even, like, told them earlier, I was like, you should, like, not just be hanging out with me then, like, if that's what's going on. And but I think that she was really angry, so she was like, if you're gonna take my, like, friends or whatever, then I'm gonna try and take yours. Like, I think that was, like, an unaware thing that she was doing, which is understandable, I guess. But because she has a flower tattoo on her hand. It's like, it's a it looks like the one that gets the fly, Venus flytrap, and on her hand, and it's like kind of cartoony, and but like in my mind for the last like 2.5 weeks, I have been like, yo, lady, like we could be friends. You seem pretty chill, but why are you trying to take him away from me? Why are you so in love with him? Like, don't you get it that it's like a thing that's going on? And I've been like unverbally, but like verbally, like dealing with my coworker and I not getting along. Like sometimes we're friends and sometimes we hate each other. And it's because I keep thinking that she is like really, really jealous that about you. And but I think it's actually her energy. So there's been a lot going on. And then also to fuel that fire, um, I think they know things. Um, I think they know like that situation. If you look me up on social media, it doesn't take that long to figure it out, and especially now, and just because I've posted enough stuff, and that you can figure it out. And one day they don't usually talk about like like conversations stay nice, but kind of like I don't know. We talk a fair amount. Me and the girls at work, and there's guys at work, and we all talk a fair amount. But one day two of the girls, and I think she was there, and the other two girls who were a little bit younger, they started talking about Pierce the Veil and